Hey guys, how you doing? I'm David Mathas. Thank you for tuning back into my channel. I really appreciate your guys' support. If you guys are liking the content that you've been seeing, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. Now on to today's topic. I want to talk about how you can explain fat loss with a tube of toothpaste. Now you might be thinking, how are you going to do that with a tube of toothpaste? Well, what I want to talk about is stubborn fat. We all have it. We all have those areas where we just can't seem to lose. We diet, but the fat never comes off. For women, a lot of times it's in their hips, their butt, their thighs, things like that. For men, we have it in our love handles. It's kind of genetically predisposed, right? No matter what you do, you just can't seem to get those extra few pounds off that little bit of fat that you're wanting, right? Well, the reason is because you just need to lose overall more body fat. How do we explain this with a tub of toothpaste? So a toothpaste, imagine the tube as your body, right? This is your body. The toothpaste inside of it is what represents the fat in your body. So when we start dieting, what we do is we start squeezing toothpaste out from the top, right? And this is gonna get a little messy, but it's the best way to explain it. So as you start squeezing that toothpaste out, that's the fat coming out of your body, right? So you'll notice that you start getting a little thinner up at top, right? But this down here represents the stubborn fat, the fat that you can't get off but you're really wanting to. So how do you go about doing that? Can you target fat loss? No, you can't. The body is going to draw fat from where it wants to, right? You can't control that. It's already genetically predisposed in you. And all of us store fat in different ways. Some of us store more of it in our arms or our legs, our belly, our chest, our back, whatever it is. The only way to truly get this fat, this stubborn fat out of your body is to just lose more body fat, right? So you're gonna start squeezing that out little by little. And it's gonna be forced to draw from those fat storages. So as you can see, you're a little bit skinnier now, right? But you still have this stubborn fat down here that you have to deal with. So what do? You just have to diet more until all of a sudden, all of that fat that you have been trying to get off, that stubborn fat that wouldn't come off before, is finally out. And you have your thinner body now. So this is an interesting concept, I get it. Who would have ever thought to use toothpaste as a way to describe stubborn fat loss, right? But it makes a lot of sense. You start drawing from fat as you start decreasing in calories, and your body's going to preserve the stubborn areas for a certain reason. So you just have to keep dieting down. Now, where people get stuck and they can't lose that stubborn fat is because they just don't want to keep dieting that long. Sometimes you're going to get to a point where you just don't like the way you look. Maybe your face gets really drawn in and you still have that stubborn fat to lose. You just have to keep dieting. Now, some ways that you can do this, because this can be a long process, right? Losing fat is not easy. It's a simple process, but it's not easy. This is where you start incorporating things like diet breaks, right? So if you incorporate a diet break, at certain times during your fat loss phase, that can help you, right? Can help restore hormones. It can keep your metabolism firing, right? Another thing that you want to do when you are dieting down, losing fat, and trying to maintain as much muscle mass as you can while trying to get that stubborn fat off is you want to keep your protein high. This is going to be somewhere between about 2 and 2.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. So as you start decreasing your calories, protein needs become a lot more important, right? If your calories are high, your carbs are high, your fats are high, you can get away on the lower end of protein, still hitting the required limits, right? The reason is because carbs and fats are protein sparing, meaning your body does not break down the amino acids in protein quite as quickly. So you can get away with a little bit lower of a protein intake when your carbs and fats and overall calories are higher. The other thing you want to do when you're trying to lose this stubborn fat and you're in dieting, you want to maintain the muscle, is that you want to keep resistance training. This is crucial, guys, and you want to resistance train with intensity. Not just going in there and getting a pump, you want to actually challenge the muscle. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna signal to your muscle that, hey, it needs to stick around, right? Because when you diet and you come down, you tend to signal to your body that you're kind of in that, I don't wanna say starvation mode, but that, you don't need as much muscle as you did before, right? So it starts eating away at the muscles for more energy to keep your organs, keep your body going. So that's why it's important to resistance train, so it signals to your body, hey, I can't get rid of this muscle, I need this muscle, okay? So another important thing to keep in mind when dieting is that you want to go slow. The slower, the better. That's why when you implement diet breaks in, it's a good idea. If you can give yourself a long amount of time to diet down and be patient, you're gonna see better progress, you're gonna retain more muscle, you're gonna lose that stubborn body fat from the toothpaste tube example, remember? You just have to be patient. That's one of the hardest things about any goal, right? Whether it's dieting, whether it's muscle building, whether it's going back for a college degree, getting a job, finding a relationship. Being patient is one of the key critical aspects to long-term success and sustainability. So if you want to go from the full toothpaste tube and lose all that stubborn body fat and get that down, you're gonna have to follow these steps. You're gonna have to diet break occasionally, right? Which means taking your calories back up to perceived maintenance in order to restore hormones, keep you mentally sharp, right? And keep that metabolism firing. You're also gonna wanna keep your protein high. And like I said before, that's gonna fall in about the 2 to 2.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. If you don't know how to find kilograms, just take your overall body weight and divide it by 2.2. And that's gonna give you your body weight in kilograms. Then you're gonna multiply that between either 2 or 2.5, somewhere in that range. And that can kind of play around. The lower you go in calories, the higher that number needs to be. The other thing is resistance train. Keep training hard. Don't change your training just because you're dieting, okay? You want to maintain that intensity, that consistency, the volume. Sure, of course, you're gonna lose a little strength the more that you diet down, but it doesn't mean that you have to stop challenging your muscle. Do what you can to the intensity you can when you're training at that moment. So I hope that the toothpaste tube example for how to lose stubborn body fat helped a little bit. If you guys have any more questions about dieting, about gaining muscle, any coaching inquiries, you can contact me at mathasfitness@gmail.com. You can find me at mathasfitness on Instagram. Leave some comments below, like what are some stubborn body fat areas that you're having trouble with, right? What are some tips that maybe you have for other people that are watching this video? Let's kind of get this communication going in the comment section below. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the other content. Like I said before, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. If you guys need anything, just reach out to me, all right? I'll be catching you guys next time. Take care.